Oh, thank you very much, Kevin Vu, saying, sorry, getting slightly off topic, but I think DC can win if they bring in Static, Icon, Rocket. You know what? You are preaching to the freaking choir right here, my friend. I think Milestone absolutely would be a great bring. Right now, they're in talks. They're having some They're having some problems with the McDuffie family. So when they get all the money issues settled out, we should be seeing some stuff, because they were supposed to relaunch the line, the Milestone line, last year in comics. So once they get all the money settled, maybe we will start seeing these guys pop up a little bit more. And I absolutely agree with you. I would love to see Static is a freaking gold mine waiting to happen.
Yep.
And I know that Hollywood loves to segregate the shit out of us, but Static has got so much crossover appeal.
Yep. As long as they don't hammer it down with a bunch of social justice nonsense.
Well, yeah, the social justice nonsense will hurt, but there's going to be some of that. Englentine on CBR, they said Killmonger is better than Black Manta. Yeah, I think they're on drugs too, Finner. Oh, I got another. Oh, thank you very much to Serious Killmonger. Wesley Snipes is a professional martial artist. He's the best blade, plus he's black. Don't age. He's half vampire, half human. Black vampire. Don't crack. Man, I am not disrespecting Wesley Snipes in his professionalism. I am just saying he is old. Okay, put it to you this way. I know he's a couple of years older than I am. I'm 48. Let's say he's 53, 54. You could check it out. I've got so many windows open. If I check one more, my computer's going to die. But let's say we want to sign him up to a 3-picture deal. Okay, another 3 Blade movies. And he's already, say, 52. So now you're looking at a 60-year-old Blade by the time this thing gets out there, by the time the last movie starts. Go watch View to a Kill starring Roger Moore, where he plays James Bond at 60. That's not something you want to see.
It just occurred to me who I would cast as new Blade if they put me in charge of it.
Who?
Ricky Whittle. It's a guy who plays the main character on American Gods. Actually, he has the physicality. He's a great actor, and I could see him doing really well with the martial arts thing. So yeah, that for the moment, that's who I would cast as new Blade.
That's not bad. Somebody brought up Boyega, and you know what? If you ever see Attack the Block with Boyega in it, he's got some action chops. So yeah, I could believe in that. Underworld Dreams saying they haven't pushed Static in a long time. They've been pushing Black Kid Flash, probably because they own Black Kid Flash outright, and they don't have to deal with the money. Static would be woken, as says Dr. Venkman. Maybe. I think a little bit, definitely. People still like Static. Yeah, the cartoon, man, it opened it up to everybody. Fragminion, love the Static tune. Go that route, and it would be full. That's what I'm saying. Static is just, that would be like printing money. Does Static Shock live in a carpeted house? That's funny. It's the money thing right now. I'm telling you guys that, you're asking why can't they do the Static? It's all, they've got to deal with getting the rights, because DC did not own Milestone Comics. They were kind of like the publisher for it. So they could pack up and go anywhere they wanted, but DC wants to. So that's why they're trying to get back in business with them. What makes, I guess he's saying, Static is that social commentary, although sometimes came off as preachy, but it had diverse friendship and they lived in a very gang-filled city. Yeah, and they were good. Milestone Comics were good, man. I think that they kind of lost a little bit of quality towards the end, but when they first began, for about the first year, they were very good. I recommend anybody go get them.
And the show too never shied away from the social issues, and given that it was very targeted towards roughly the same demographic as the rest of the DC universe there, that's pretty good.
Right here in this article we're reading actually is honest about it, and he says, honestly, I believe Marvel will lose a little bit of steam post Endgame. It's not. Yeah, I think so too. Endgame is almost like it's almost like an orgasm. Hey, 22 million done. It's like this is the perfect jump off point for people who don't want to be caught, you know, like, oh, we got to watch it. We got to watch this, everyone.
I really, really hope that it doesn't lose as much steam as everyone keeps saying, because for me, we're just now getting into the interest into the interesting shit. There we go.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know a lot of people, and we've had this talk before on live streams, so I'm not saying anything new here except for to new people. I know people are, oh, I've had enough. There's too many superhero films. Screw that. I've sat through 48 freaking years worth of romantic comedies, police procedurals, buddy teen cop movies, all this kind of stuff. Finally, I'm getting 3 or 4 superhero films a year, and I'm going to say I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
no, give me more, but give me good.
But yeah, it's also an emerging genre, and this happens every time a new genre comes out. You have a couple decades, well, usually 2 or 3, where the genre is just finding its legs, and then you have about 10 years or 20 years where it's the top seed, it's the cream of the crop. And everyone always whines, "Oh, this genre is going to kill Hollywood." And then 20 years down the line, when it finally runs out of steam, everyone goes, "Wasn't it great when we had a dominant genre in Hollywood? Why don't people ever make movies in that genre anymore?" And then a new genre comes along and goes, "Oh, you want a genre to dominate Hollywood? Hold my beer." And immediately it goes, "That can never be art. That could never conceivably be the thing that saves Hollywood or justifies itself at the box office." And
Eddie,
then it goes again. It's ridiculous.
Ed Brewer, it's our time. It's our time down here.
well, more to the point. Like,
oh, come on. First of all, acknowledge the movie, please.
Yeah, fair enough. Good reference, Ed. Yeah,
this is when I'm 15 years old. You want to talk about and it came out as summertime. I hated the kids I lived around. This is the start of me going from theater to theater to theater, seeing 15 movies in one day. I remember just sitting and watching this about 3 or 4 times in a row, but that's the Goonies reference. It's our parents' time up there, but it's our time. It's our time down here, and that's all over once we ride up Troy's bucket. I hope that Endgame is the most unpredictable movie in the universe to justify the ridiculous price of my ticket. How much did you pay? I paid like, I think we paid $11. We've got ours for the 10 o'clock Friday show.
Mm-hmm. And getting back to what I was about to say, one thing that I want in Endgame is cosmic entities. And I've said this on live streams before, so I'll say it in front of some new people. But to me, the street level characters have always seemed kind of like the opening act. Like everybody always likes, your Batmans, your Supermans, your Spider-Mans, your X-Men. But to me, those guys are always just kind of there. Like I put up with them for the sake of the characters that I like, but they never grab me. So I want some weirdness. I want the genre to become unafraid of itself. Like back during the Bryan Singer X-Men days, the thing that pissed me off the most was always that they were constantly apologizing for being comic book movies. They always dumbed it down to a standard sci-fi action movie instead of actually letting the comic book genre become its own thing. Now we're getting into the point where we have the Eternals, and DC's working on a New Gods movie, and there's probably going to be more shenanigans with the Shazam family, and maybe we'll get a Spectre movie, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we're just now getting into the shit that I like. Now is not the time to abandon the genre. We just got done with the opening act. And when all is said and done, Endgame and the Infinity Saga is one storyline. And are we not nerds? Imagine if you had that attitude with comics. Like, if you got into one big event comic, and then as soon as that event comic was over, you just go,
here's the thing.
It was nice while it lasted. No, you stick around for all the storylines.
I don't think it's really, oh, I'm tired of superhero films, because in all honesty, you get like 1,000 movies a year.
Yeah.
and four,
And
maybe
maybe
5 of
10
them are superhero films. I think it has to do with marketing. I'm more tired of seeing, like, if you watch YouTube, I watch YouTube a lot, and I've seen the beginning of that freaking Hellboy trailer more times than I've seen myself in the mirror. I mean, it is just every 5 seconds, every time it's an ad break, it's that Hellboy trailer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go see it. I don't need to know. Oh, by the way, I have not watched that in-game clips. We were asked about that. Did we see it? I don't watch because at this point, I don't need to know any more information. I don't want to know any more information. I'm not going to watch any clips. I'm not going to watch any trailers for Endgame. I don't need to.
I saw it. I posted my quite disgruntled reaction on Twitter, and then proceeded to get into a Twitter argument with somebody who was being overly snarky to me about it. And then they started doing the thing where they argued me instead of arguing the argument. And at that point, I knew I won. So it was a fun day because of that clip.
Oh, and by the way, if anybody here is new from the past month or 2 months, actually 3 that I have not been able to live stream, this happens quite a lot where I'll say, okay, the next topic we're talking about is, and then we never mention it. Get very used to that. That happens so much.
live stream shenanigans, folks. This is what you pay for.
Yeah, that's mainly because I like to read comment section a lot. It's you know, I very much appreciate super chats, but I really try to include the comment section. And if you ever want to join the conversation, just say so. We'll do our best to get you in there. There you go, gang. A little excerpt from one of our live streams. Before we continue, I'd like to say thank you to all of our Patreon and Ko-Fi sponsors. The names are passing by right here. Thank you very much. Now, if you did like the videos, guys, make sure that you're clicking like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to go on over to Patreon or Ko-Fi and help support the channel. Drop $1 in the till and click on one of the videos that will be popping up right around here. Maybe you'll like the next one. So what did you think of the idea of Static and the rest of the Milestone crew saving the DCEU? I think they would make great additions to the live action movies as well. But then again, I also think they should have been doing animated superhero films on the big screen for a long time now, and maybe Spider-Man Into the Universe will change that. Once again, let me know in the comments below, and thank you very, very much for watching.